Hello, welcome to Rev Sports. A bit of change of scenery here for me. From my room, I've moved to now the Mullanpur Stadium. And, India has won the toss. Unchanged 11 for Team India. This is what we were expecting. I don't think I was personally expecting any experiments at this point in the series. But at the same time, Mullanpur pitch is something that gives an equal contest between bat and ball. Shomik, going forward, India has won the toss. It just happened, so I'm not sure what India has chosen to do. But if they go with bat first, what do you think happens here? Do you think it's an important toss to win?
Yeah, once again, as you told me, Gargi, offline basically in the sense before our
India
five at
has
five.
chosen to bowl first.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
The due factor would be
the de
there,
facto.
heavy due, and also the sharp drop in temperature after sundown. Everything combined, it was pretty much expected, and we all agreed during our five at five show that India will go unchanged, and that's how it has happened. Although I still stick to my stand that India should have batted first here because they should have challenged themselves. This is just, they have already taken a 1-0 lead in this series, and these bilateral matches are inconsequential in the sense of as far as the results are concerned. Bilateral matches are inconsequential. If India go on and lose this game, I mean, no hell will break loose. But somewhere along the line, the bowlers need to get used to the due factor, everything. So from that point of view, I would have liked them to challenge themselves by bowling second. But at the same time, we all know, I mean, the head coach is under pressure, and given the criticism, it is not, sometimes it is not even fair criticism, it borders on the abuse also. So everything combined, stakes are high, and even a minor slip up, this is one team where even a minor slip up is not tolerated by a large section of fans. So from that point of view, I think they decided to play safe, fair play to them, and I totally understand where they are coming from. But personally, I would have liked to see them challenge themselves by batting first and bowling second.
Shamik, you bring up a very interesting point here about challenging the team. But I think the kind of mindset that the team has at the moment, they want to go in and dominate every single game because you said the outside noise does not matter. But I believe personally, and this is my opinion, that outside noise matters to this management. Outside noise matters to these players, these younger lot of players. We heard a lot from the older generation, someone like a Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. They say that they have thick skin. They don't listen to what is being said. They don't read what is being printed. But I think this generation is very in touch with what is being said and what their perception is out there in the public, and they really care about how they're being perceived. But Bharat, when you think of this factor that Shomik brought up, and it's a very good, very valid point here, that would you not want to, 2 months ahead of the World Cup, challenge yourself and go out there and bat first?
Yeah, logically you should. You should try to look at experimenting. You should look at playing in different conditions. So due factor definitely will come into play at some point in the World Cup as well. I understand it's somewhere in February, but even then expect the due factor to come into play in certain games. So from that point of view, in a bilateral series, you can always experiment, bat first, and look at how it goes. And you are up against a team that is not exactly one of the better teams going around in T20 cricket. I feel, at least at present, if you look at the three formats the South Africa are playing, I think their weakest format currently is T20 cricket. So you can definitely experiment against a side like them. But from the other point of view, I understand, as it has already been noted, that Gautam Gambhir has been under pressure. India have been losing games, obviously in some other format, but still he's under pressure. And if they go on to lose a couple more T20Is here, then definitely his critics will again will just start to criticize the Indian team and the head coach, who for some other reasons is coming under criticism for all those press conferences. So I think India just want to win the games. India just want to build confidence. But against a team like South Africa, who I believe is not exactly playing good cricket in T20s, India can definitely experiment in a bilateral series by batting first.
But he's talking about experimentation. I believe that this was a sort of wicket where Kuldeep Yadav could have come in and done some real damage. But at the same time, you've got a Varun Chakravarti, and in this format, when we talk about T20s, Varun Chakravarti is absolutely dangerous. I don't know if Devashish is stuck or not
No,
moving
no,
at
no.
all. No, he's not stuck.
Absolutely.
Okay, he's just someone with statue. But anyway, Devashish, Kuldeep Yadav, were you expecting India to go in with an unchanged 11, or do you think you still don't have a settled 11 and some experimentation is needed here?
Yeah, absolutely. I would have hoped that India make some changes, as is the case with South Africa. They are going in with three changes in this second ODI. So it's the second T20 international. Sorry. So South Africa has rested. It's kind of a rotation. They have rested Christian Stubbs, and Keshav Maharaj, and Henrik Nokia. And in place of them, they have brought in Riza Hendricks, Otnil Bartman, and George Linde, the left-arm spinner. So clearly, obviously, their objective is to try and see a few combinations, because when they travel back to India for that T20 World Cup, they will know what exactly the conditions are, and so fair to them, because they want to see what would be the best possible 11 for the World Cup. So at the same time, I would have loved to see a Kuldeep Yadav getting picked, but I think the team management here is ensuring that they win the series first, because yes, they have lost us test series. So the key for India and Gautam Gambhir is to ensure that they also pocket the 5-match T20I series. So maybe that might be the reason that India have gone in unchanged. Otherwise, I definitely would have loved to see give few of the fringe players an opportunity in this second T20I. Gargi.
Rohar, you're talking about the return of Shubman Gill and Hardik Pandya here. Hardik Pandya, the king of comebacks, now I like to call him, just like Mohammad Siraj, who has also won that tag. But, talking about Hardik Pandya, that injury layoff was quite long. But the kind of impact that Hardik Pandya brings every time he steps into that playing 11, how does he not miss?
I mean, there's a reason why there's no replacement for Hardik Pandya even today, across all formats, I would say. So, I mean, last day when he came back after a long time, we were all looking forward to watching him playing, of course. And he made his mark. He proved his, he proved his point that there can be no replacement for Hardik Pandya even today. Maybe sometime in future, but as of now, there's no replacement at all. And yes, he's done that previously as well. He has made these stellar comebacks, and we've seen him, basically just giving his absolute best on the field and just winning it for the team. There's a reason he's known as the clutch god of the Indian team. And if you talk about Shubman Gill, because you just asked the question, as of now, he has not been able to justify his spot in the T20 internationals. But I mean, it's just my observation, and I would like to ask this question to all of you out here. Do you think that on some level he's not playing his natural game? Because as far as we've watched, we've observed him in the IPLs, and playing for the Gujarat Titans, opening for the Gujarat Titans, the kind of role that he has is mostly of an anchor. He is a technically sound player. He does not need to go for the big shots straight away. But the fact that he's trying to do that, and basically someone who would be able to perform the role, something similar to what Virat Kohli used to do in this format of the game. Playing slow and steady doesn't really matter. Strike rate does not matter, but then accelerating when required. Do you think Shubman Gill should stick to his natural gameplay?
I think he is sticking to his natural game. I think what Shubman Gill is doing, in fact, is very natural to him. And I don't think any of the management, or rather any of the fans as well, expect him to start going aerial or bat in innings like Abhishek Sharma. I think Shubman Gill knows his position and knows his role clarity very, very well. What he's not able to do is he's not able to bring an impact up the order. That's where it is, because he's getting those starts, and every time you look at him batting in the nets as well, you will realize that there are no technical flaws. He's just unable to he's unable to put in that impact that T20I needs. He will take some time to figure it out, because I'm sure there's some pressure when it comes to the vice captaincy as well. He's under pressure when it comes to the other two formats as well, but he will find his way. Shomik, the question that I wanted to ask you here is, this is an uncharted territory for both teams. It's not just Indian bowlers and batters that will, go out there and bat and bowl on a surface that offers equal assistance to both bat and ball. But at the same time, if we look at the last game as well, when we talk about dew, we usually speak of how it's affecting the bowling team in the second innings. But at the same time, if you look at the last match, the ball was skidding a little bit. It was not coming onto the bat as easily. And the only player who was able to adjust to that was Hardik Pandya. Everyone else looked a bit out of touch. It's going to be another same sort of test here as well for India now that they're chasing.
Gargi, I'm coming to that question, but before that, you are our on-ground reporter there. So I would like to hear from you about the conditions, about the pitch, and also about the atmosphere. And that Shubman Gill, after becoming the India captain in two formats, and in this format he is the vice captain, he is playing his first game on his home patch, first international game on his home patch. So I would like to hear that from you, and I'm coming back to that question.
I'm going to backtrack and start with the last question you asked. So last night, after I retired back to my room, after all of my work was done, I opened Instagram, social media, and see that this video of Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill has been going viral, because apparently they went to a kulcha place and everyone spotted them and went absolutely crazy. But as I've said before as well, they are the homeboys here. Everyone loves Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill. I was here back in the last IPL when the eliminator was on. Shubman Gill was just announced as the test captain, and people were over the moon. In fact, it was an RCB and Punjab Kings game, but everyone was talking about Shubman Gill and how the local boy is now the Indian test captain. So that's the love for Shubman Gill in this city. Apart from that, if you ask me of the conditions, remember I keep talking about the drop in temperature. It's already happened. Compared to when I was out there for 5 at 5, where I was very comfortable standing there without a sweater, now it's getting a little bit chilly, and I'm sure once I go over the grass, I will start feeling that wetness on the grass as well. So that's how sudden the drop is in temperature. So expect dew. There will be dew coming into play here. And if we talk about the surface, which was the first question that you asked, this is I love the surface here at Mullanpur, because it gives you, like I've said multiple times, an equal contest between bat and ball. It starts off with a lot of assistance to the pacers. It gives you lateral movement, and then especially in the second innings, because we've only seen we've only seen IPL games here. In the second innings as well, it starts giving assistance to spinners. So Varun Chakravarti and the rest of the spinners, not Varun Chakravarti because India is bowling first, but the spinners will come into play here. And if you really look at the records, the women's games that were played here and the IPL games that were played here, you see that this is the kind of surface that offers both high scoring thrillers. There have been multiple 250 plus scores here, but at the same time, you've also seen some really low scoring thrillers as well. So this is a very true-pace surface, and it will be a real test for both the sides here.
And now, Garge, coming to your question about Hardik Pandya, the thing is that, see, Hardik Pandya is a special player, and that's why he's Hardik Pandya.
I didn't ask about Hardik Pandya. I asked you about the conditions, the ball not coming onto the bat in the second innings.
No, that was at Cuttack, right? You asked me about Cuttack, the ball was not coming onto the bat, right? So, yes, I mean, see, I think Rohit probably during our 5 at 5 asked this question, and it's a very valid question. If India are preparing themselves for every condition, like 2 months down the line, you have the World Cup, and you will have to play a marquee game in Colombo where nature of the pitch is completely different. So if they are preparing for every eventuality, so that is a smart thinking. So I don't know how this pitch will play because what we have seen before is at the IPL, which is during the summer, and the characteristics completely change in our country when winter comes. So it would be, but if India are preparing themselves for everything, that's a good thinking. And one final thing before I hand it over to you again, to more questions about Shubman Gill. I think Shubman Gill, whatever it is a bit psychological, in the sense when you see whoever you are, when you see like the likes of Sanju Samson, and also you have to keep in
Mm,
mind Yashasvi Jaiswal sitting out, it plays on your mind. I
mm,
remember asking KL a question during the Champions Trophy that whether he feels the pressure of him playing ahead of someone like Rishabh Pant, and Rishabh is sitting out. And he said, and he was being very honest, that I would be lying if I say I don't feel, I mean,
mm,
if I don't feel the pressure. So this is something psychological. It happens. So that could be one of the reasons why I think he is a bit sort of. I will not say use the word crippled, but he is sort of a bit guarded as far as his game is
mm,
concerned.
mm,
And Shomik, without saying too much and giving away too much, when I think it also has a lot to do with what the public is saying about Shubman Gill as well.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think he gives a lot of regard to that because back when he
Mm,
was out of the test series, there was a conversation where Shubman Gill did mention what was being said about him on social media. So it does
mm,
play on his mind, that part as well. But Bharat, let's look at the South Africa 11. You've got three changes here. Tristan Stubb goes out, Keshav Maharaj and Andrik Nokia also misses out. And George Linde comes in. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, obviously they're trying to experiment as well. South Africa, see, they have problems in their lineup. I think they have problems in T20 cricket. They have not done well in this format this year compared to ODI cricket and Test cricket. If there is one format where they have not done well, it is T20 cricket. Linda is stubborn. I think he's a very accurate left-arm spinner. Ball stump to stump line. That is something that you expect these days with modern day T20 spinners. And also he can bat a little bit. So they're just looking to enforce. They're just looking to reinforce kind of their batting lineup as well. Down the order, he might add some useful runs. So it could be a useful option. But having said that, I think South Africa have problems in their lineup. It's not just related to their bowling, because in batting, if you look at it, Aiden Markram has not scored a 50 for 3 years now in T20Is, and that's a long time ago. And Tristan Stubbs himself has not lived up to the expectations, and even others. Ryan Rickleton is about decent. He's just a decent player. David Miller definitely is not at the peak of his prowess, so it's putting a lot of pressure on someone like Brevis to come in and score a lot of runs. And but Brevis needs some a foundation stone coming from the top order so that he comes in at 70, 80 for three, and then goes big with his powerful shots. So that is where I think South Africa have a problem. Yes, Linda will add something to the lineup in terms of his accurate left arm spin, but I think South Africa have far bigger problems in this particular format, even in their bowling as well as in the batting department.
Okay, final 7-8 minutes on the show because I need also head back in. And if anything, this Ashes has taught us is that you can't miss the first ball of the innings ever. But Neil, can you help us with the super chats? I don't have my back end, so I can't see what's going on. But if you can flash the super chats on the screen, okay. Wow, that's really small. I can't even see. Okay, Devashish, you take this one and you also read it out loud because there's no way I can see this.
Sanju should open with Abhishek and Gill at 3, will flourish at 3, and Sanju deserves a chance to do well and take responsibility as an opener. This is not happening, Anish. This is from Anish Puma. I don't know, but Anish, this is certainly not happening at least for this match. This is Shubman Gill's home ground, so you expect him to open the batting with Abhishek Sharma, the two local boys. Obviously, the bromance they enjoy, and as Gargi was mentioning yesterday, the video that got viral means everywhere they turn up, be it in the practice, be it off the field, when they're living for the team coach. Every time they are together. So this is the friendship, the bond, and so I don't see that happening, at least for this game. Maybe if India seals the T20I series, maybe worth giving it a try. Perhaps opening the batting with Sanju Samson, as because he is definitely is your reserve opener. I would say reserve opener. My panelists may disagree because I don't see Sanju Samson going in at number 7 or 8. That is one spot which I think Jitesh Sharma has somewhat finalized. Means, and after his keeping last match, I think there should not be any debate whatsoever as to Jitesh Sharma in that role, in that finishing role, and also he has done brilliantly with that wicket keeping gloves. So no chance Sanju Samson will open in this game.
Regarding Jitesh Sharma, I had a question. Should he be promoted up the order? Because we've seen the kind of impact he has had in IPL with RCB. Is that a possibility? Like instead of batting at probably 7 or 8. Okay.
No more. I
Shamik,
don't see that
you take this one. But
No
I
more.
don't not happening.
That's not happening. If they needed a top order batsman, then they would have played Sanju Samson. So simple. Jitesh Sharma is there as a finisher, as a designated finisher, and Jitesh Sharma is good at that. I mean, if we take into account his IPL performances, that's it. IPL and international cricket are completely different, and we still have very small sample size as far as Jitesh Sharma in international cricket. So we would like to reserve our opinion about how good he is as a finisher, but like I mean, brilliantly mentioned by Debashish, his glove work was top class at Cuttack.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
4 catches.
Excellent wicket keeping, and not only 4 catches, especially the one. And when the ground, your underfoot conditions is slippery, diving forward and taking that catch, that was the most difficult of them all. So everything Debashish very rightly and brilliantly mentioned that, and he has sort of settled himself. Although we still have 9 more, including this game, we have 9 more T20Is to play. We have to keep that in mind. Don't look at the series in isolation. India will play 9 more T20Is in the lead up to the World Cup. So you never know if the selectors are willing to try Dhruv Jurel in the series against New Zealand. You never know, because that could be at the back of their mind as well. So that's their decision, because we are not the decision makers. Selectors are the decision makers. So you never know. But as things stand, the way it has been happening, I think Jitesh Sharma, he has presented a strong case to be in the World Cup squad. We have to see how he bats, especially under pressure. See, that finishing thing, not in the T20. No, I mean, there was a time in white ball cricket, although not quite in T20, but 50-over cricket, we could sleep well as far as our finishing thing is concerned, because MS Dhoni is there. And MS Dhoni has created such a bad habit for all the fans. We judge all the finishers to his parlance, which is not achievable. He was special.
Right.
And T20 cricket is a bit different from one-day cricket also. But then again, let's see how it happens.
All right, the players have started entering the ground, but quite an interesting point brought up there by, and I'm quite surprised that you threw in a Dhruv Jurel in there, because if you were to regard wicket-keeping skills, I still think Jitesh Sharma takes the win ahead of Dhruv Jurel. And another factor that I think is what makes Jitesh Sharma's place so strong in the team is his DRS calling. We've seen that for RCB as well. He's had multiple brilliant DRSs, and you know how close games can get in T20Is, and how important DRS calling is. The other thing is, you talk about MS Dhoni spoiling us. I always say this: MS Dhoni spoiling us when it comes to finishing. Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma spoiling us when it comes to playing all formats, which not a lot of players can do. That's a special talent that only these two spoiled us. And even Rahul Dravid. And now you're sort of expecting Shubman Gill to take that baton and play all three formats, and you know that he's getting injured. So it just reminds us of how much we've been spoiled by these legends. But on that note, I think you can hear the noise. I think we'll take your leave. I'll have to head back inside. And yeah.
Gargi, before you say goodbye, I think you'd like to inform our viewers that Punjab Cricket Association today unveiled stands named after
yeah.
Harmanpreet Kaur
Yuvraj
and
Singh,
Yuvraj
yes.
Singh.
Yes, absolutely. So today, right sometime before the toss started, you've got Harmanpreet Kaur stand opposite the media box, and right off the media box, you've got the new Yuvraj Singh stand. So two very, very impactful players from Punjab Cricket Association who've made legend of themselves, have been given this honorary this momentous occasion where two stands have been unveiled for them in tribute to them. So this is a great day for the two of them as well. And the other two are Abhishek Sharma and Shubman Gill, who are playing their first international game at their home ground. But thank you so much, everyone. On that note, we'll take your leave. We'll be back at the end of the game, so don't forget to join us then. Let's see if India is able to seal the series tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.